What is up, guys? It is Carly here bringing you day number 12 of my 25 days of Christmas horror. And today I'm going to be talking about yet another one I somehow do not own, and I have to rectify that. I put it on my wish list right after watching it because it's one of those movies I always think I need to pick this up, and then I never do, and then I never put it on a list or anything, and then I forget about it until I watch it again. But that movie is Jack Frost from 1997. Yes, not to be confused with Jack Frost from 1998, the family-friendly one. This is the horror movie, and this movie is pretty much about this bad guy named Jack Frost, conveniently, that is his real name. And a year or so, I don't know, sometime beforehand, this sheriff of this town, small town, was responsible for putting this guy away. And at that point, the guy had swore that he would exact his revenge some way, somehow, and kill this dude, his family, and everyone around him. And this always kind of stuck with the sheriff. It really bothered him, and he was always been kind of paranoid. So Jack Frost, I believe he's supposed to be executed, and something goes a little awry, and he winds up getting mixed in with this chemical of sorts, and it causes him to turn into a giant snowman. So then he starts going after people as a snowman, exacting his revenge, as I said. This film is really charming. I feel it's a great little movie. It's, obviously comedy horror, not overly serious, but it does have some decent kills in it, including a decapitation of a young kid, which is always fun. Some stuff is off screen, but it still has interesting, memorable kills and moments throughout it. Like I said, it's funny. I believe it takes place in an area that did not have actual snow. I think all the snow was fake in this movie, if I'm not mistaken. I think it might have been warm out or something like that. But I think they do a really good job of capturing the winter vibes. Like, you can't really tell, in my opinion, you can't tell it's fake or anything like that. So I think they do well with that. The main character, the sheriff, I think he is good in this role. He does come back for part 2, and is good in that role for what he's playing in that one. That one's obviously not played as serious. It becomes kind of a total joke, but I think he really kind of fits the mold in both of the movies. The look of the snowman is, it's really cheesy and kind of bad, and just, I know, the director kind of has said before that they got ripped off on the design of the snowman, but, for the price they paid. But I still like it. I think it's kind of charming. There's a lot of one-liners throughout the movie. This guy is very much emulating, I think, both, Freddy Krueger and Chucky. Big on Chucky, big Chucky vibes in this. He sounds a lot like he's trying to be Brad Dourif, which isn't really a bad thing. Sometimes people knock off other people when they're trying too hard to be like them. But in this case, I think the guy actually does a really good job of making the character his own and just kind of rolling with it. Like I said, it's just a charming film. You can have some ridiculous moments, like the girl, Shannon Elizabeth's character, blow drying her hair for a long period of time only to get in a bathtub and wash it. Watching it, I've kind of justified it a little bit as, okay, she was maybe blow dry. The hair wasn't wet. Maybe she was blow drying it to stylize it. I don't own a blow dryer. I'm not very girly. I don't really use a blow dryer, but I know my mother does, and, I know that they do give the hair volume. I don't know if that's accurate, if it wasn't wet first, but, so maybe she was styling it, and then when she goes to get into the bathtub, when she goes to look in the bathroom, she sees the bathtub is full, and she assumes that her boyfriend drew the bath because she's like, thank you, whatever his name is, I forget, because I'm bad with names. But she, then gets in the tub. So I feel like, she didn't make the bath herself. She wasn't expecting it. So it's there. But then again, it's like, why would you really? First thing she does is go underwater and get her hair soaking wet. So anyway, I don't know. It's stupid, but it's fun. It makes the movie all the more fun and funny and memorable. Yeah, like I said, great Christmas atmosphere and just a fun movie, fun slasher movie, you know, fun idea of this killer snowman. I do feel like the ending goes on a little long when they're trying to figure out how to take the snowman down and they keep failing and then they keep getting kind of backed into corners. That's my only like big complaint with the movie is I do feel like it kind of starts to drag a little bit and it feels like there's several times where it should end and then it just doesn't. But besides that, I think it's a good time and it's another one. I don't watch this one really every year or anything like that. It's not as beloved as some other ones, but at the same time I think it's a great film and great concept, especially for the 90s. You know, it's a late 90s movie. Came out the year I was born, actually. And the 90s, of course, did not have a lot of great horror movies, but the ones they did have are little gems and have their charm. So this is definitely one of them. And yeah, Jack Frost. What would I give it? I would give this one like a 6.5 out of 10. I don't think it's like great or anything. It's very stereotypical, run of the mill. Well, not run. I mean, it's a killer snowman, so it's different, but it's got all the slasher elements. It feels very 90s. Feels a lot like other movies that were coming out around that time. Very like Dr. Giggles-esque, like I said, very Chucky one-liner-esque and stuff like that. But I think it's fun and it's a good one to watch around Christmas, obviously. So thank you guys for joining me for day number 12 here on my 25 days of Christmas horror. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 13.